Welcome back to Moto Next Hub, your home for the latest machines, tech breakthroughs, and real-world riding impressions. Today, we're diving into one of the most radical hyper-nakeds on the road, the 2026 Kawasaki Z H2, a motorcycle that refuses to compromise, refuses to be subtle, and refuses to let go of its supercharged madness. If you thought last generation pushed the limits, Kawasaki has stepped forward again with more refinement, more intelligence, and more ferocity than ever. So sit tight, because we're about to break down the key features, performance, design, electronics, riding dynamics, comfort, price, and what makes this bike stand out in a sea of powerful naked machines. Section 1A. What is the 2026 Z H2? The Z H2 has always been a motorcycle for riders who want something outrageous, a street fighter built around Kawasaki's now iconic supercharged power plant. For 2026, Kawasaki didn't reinvent the idea, but they sharpened and tightened every part of it. Think of it as the same explosive DNA, but with improved control, updated electronics, and subtle refinements that enhance real-world rideability. This is still the wild child of the Kawasaki lineup, a hooligan with manners, the brute with intelligence. The 2026 model keeps the spirit alive while modernizing everything around it. Section 2. At the heart, supercharged power. Let's start with the star of the show, the engine. The 2026 Z H2 still uses the 998cc inline-4 supercharged unit that made earlier versions legendary. Power delivery is more linear than before thanks to updated fuel mapping and the revised compressor inlet design. Kawasaki claims 205 horsepower and roughly 137 Nm of torque, but more important than the numbers is the way the bike delivers that thrust. The supercharger doesn't behave like a turbo. There's no waiting, no spooling, no hesitation. You roll the throttle, and the bike pulls like a magnet finding steel. It's instantaneous and addictive. In the mid-range, the updated torque curve is much smoother than previous years, and that makes the bike not only terrifyingly fast, but surprisingly controllable. For 2026, cooling efficiency also improves through a redesigned radiator duct system, helping the bike stay stable and stop-and-go city heat. The result is a power plant that feels more polished without losing any of its identity. Section 3.8. Transmission and ride feel. The 6-speed gearbox comes paired with Kawasaki's latest quickshifter, a lighter, faster, and more precise than before. On aggressive upshifts, it's nearly seamless, giving the Z H2 that effortless rush toward the red line. Downshifts feel cleaner as well, thanks to improved slipper clutch behavior and more refined shift programming. Pair that with the updated trellis frame geometry, and the bike manages to feel both compact and muscular. Kawasaki tightened the steering ratio slightly, giving the front end a more confident, planted feel at urban speeds, while retaining stability on open highways. Section 4A. Electronics package. The 2026 Z H2 features Kawasaki's most advanced electronics suite yet, powered by a new EMU with a faster data refresh rate. This means traction control, cornering ABS, wheelie control, launch control, and power mode transitions feel substantially smoother. The TFT display grows to 6.0 inches with sharper resolution and enhanced visibility under sunlight. The layout can be customized and finally supports deeper integration with Kawasaki's smartphone app for navigation overlays, ride analytics, and system updates. A new addition is Adaptive Performance Mode, which dynamically adjusts traction and throttle response based on real-time sensor input. It's designed to keep aggressive riding manageable without dulling the character of the bike. Riders who tested early prototypes reported that the system feels almost invisible, guiding rather than interfering. Cruise control remains, but now includes a predictive algorithm, making uphill and downhill transitions feel more stable. There's also a new tire pressure monitoring system integrated natively into the dash. Section 5A. Chassis and suspension improvements. Kawasaki didn't touch the core frame, but they reinforced key mounting points and worked with Showa to refine suspension behavior. The 2026 Z H2 features fully adjustable Showa SFFBP forks, a Showa Unitrack rear shock, revised damping curves for better small bump compliance, slight reduction of high-speed harshness. The bike feels more comfortable on broken pavement without sacrificing the ability to corner aggressively. You can still push it hard on a twisty mountain road, and the suspension stays composed, even when the supercharger starts pulling you to the horizon. Braking is handled by Brembo-style EMA calipers gripping 320mm discs, supported by Kawasaki's cornering ABS system. Feel is strong, predictable, and confidence-building. Section 6A Design and Aesthetic Changes. Kawasaki continues its Sugomi design philosophy: angular, muscular, and predatory. For 2026, the bike receives a more aerodynamic front fascia with improved airflow channels that guide wind around the rider and improve cooling efficiency. The LED lighting system is sharper and more aggressive, with signature DRL patterns that make the Z H2 instantly recognizable at night. Kawasaki also introduces new paint schemes that lean heavily into metallic tones and high-gloss contrasts. The bike still looks like a mechanical creature ready to pounce, but more refined. Think of it as the difference between a wild animal and a trained beast that still has the instincts. Section 7A Ergonomics and Everyday Use. Despite the insane performance, the Z H2 remains surprisingly usable. The upright seating position, wide bars, and mid-set foot pegs make long rides approachable. Kawasaki refined the seat cushion density for 2026, reducing pressure points, which helps when commuting or touring. Heat management improvements also mean less hot air blowing directly onto the rider's legs, a major complaint of earlier models. Fuel range is still not its strongest attribute, but efficiency has improved thanks to better EQ tuning in low-load conditions. Realistically, you'll get more miles per tank if you ride sensibly, but let's be honest, nobody buys a supercharged naked to ride sensibly all the time. Section 8A Unique Selling Points. Here's what truly sets the 2026 Z H2 apart from other hyper-nakeds. 1. The only supercharged naked mass-production motorcycle. 2. Instant, explosive power with no turbo lag. 3. Refined electronics that enhance rather than restrict. 4. Improved comfort and heat management. 5. More polished suspension tuning. 6. A unique identity. A bold, mechanical, and unmistakably Kawasaki. While other hyper-nakeds chase top-end horsepower, the Z H2 still offers something special: character. It's not just fast, it's a sensory experience. Section 9A Price and Market Position. Kawasaki positions the 2026 Z H2 in the premium naked performance category, with a launch price of approximately $20,999. It's not cheap, but considering the engineering behind the supercharger system, the electronics package, and the performance figures, it sits competitively against European rivals. For riders who crave a machine that feels alive every time the throttle opens, the price starts to make a lot more sense. Ultra A Final Thoughts. The 2026 Kawasaki Z H2 is a statement. It's bold, extreme, and unapologetically mechanical in a world where many machines feel increasingly digital. Kawasaki has refined the madness while keeping its heart intact. If you want a hyper-naked that stands out from the crowd, delivers instant punch, and looks like a futuristic weapon, this bike deserves a spot on your short list. Thanks for watching Moto Next Hub. If you enjoyed this step dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next breakdown of the machines shaping tomorrow's roads.